right, this is example 1 from lesson 2-7. So the big difference between lesson 2-7 and like 2-6 and 2-5 is that in 2-7 here, I'm not going to explicitly say what is the relationship. You're going to have to determine what the relationship is on your own. So again, you definitely want to make sure you're highlighting and marking up the picture. So the measure of angle 1 is 5x plus 52. So angle 1 is that. And then they give us the measure of angle 4, which is this angle. And then they're asking us to find the measure of angle 2. So, given that I only have expressions for angle 1 and angle 4, I have to use those two expressions somehow to come up with an equation. So looking at those two, looking at angle 1 and angle 4, what is the relationship between those angles? Are they vertical angles? Are they congruent to each other? They're not vertical angles because they don't form an X. Do they form a straight line? They do, actually. When I put angle 1 and angle 4 together, they get that straight line of DE. So those two angles together, these are supplementary. So I'm going to use the fact that those are supplementary angles to make an equation there. So I know, and again, this is part of the thing. Supplementary means they add to 180 degrees. So that means that if I take the measure of angle 1 and add it to the measure of angle 4, that should give me 180 degrees. And that's how I get my equation. So angle 1 is 5x plus 52 plus 2x plus 30 is equal to 180. And just to kind of keep that in line, there's my angle 4, there's my angle 5. Angle 1 plus angle 4 gives me that 180. And now we solve. So 5, 6, 7x, 52 plus 30 is 82, is equal to 180, minus 82, 7 is equal to 100 minus 2 would be 98. Divide both pieces by 7, and x is equal to whatever 98 divided by 7 is, which just so happens to be a nice normal 14. Okay, so now we found x, but that hasn't answered the question yet. We have to always remember to go back and answer the question. Remember, these equations are much too easy to just be solving an equation here. So they were asking me to find the measure of angle 2. However, I don't have an expression for the measure of angle 2, which means that I must be able to use one of the other expressions they give me in order to find out this. So, based on my diagram here, and this is where I'm going to have to look at another angle relationship. The green and the blue angle 2 and angle 4, are actually vertical angles. And that's the key piece here. So actually, angle 4 and angle 2 are vertical angles, which means they are congruent. So if they're congruent, that means that they're the same measurement. So if I find the measure of angle 4, I should be able to, that will tell me the measure of angle 2. The measure of angle 4 is equal to the measure of angle 2. So if the measure of angle 4 So 2x plus 30, and then I found x to be 14. So this would be the measure of angle 4 and the measure of angle 2. Angle 2. And okay, 2 times 14 is 28. 28 plus the 30 gives me 58 degrees. So the measure of angle 2 is equal to 58 degrees. And that's it, that's all. Make sure when you're doing these, you are writing down the relationships you're using, like I did over here with the vertical angles.